sun's out, guns out. And whenever I'm in Harborfront downtown Toronto, it's always a reminder of my days living in San Francisco and California. Now at Fisherman's Navy Wharf back in the West Coast, I always enjoyed the seafood. And when we're talking about seafood, we're talking about freshness. So let's go for round 2. And we're gonna whip up a storm tonight with these bad boys over here. Not these mussels, but mussels right here. Now I've cleaned them up from my fishmonger. You can tell that the sand is removed, scrubbed them nice and clean. But if any of these mussels open up like this, you wanna throw it away. It's dead. You don't wanna put that in your stew. Now tonight, I'll be making a Cioppino seafood stew. Now what is Cioppino? It's a flavored broth with a ton of seafood in it. And this dish actually originated from San Francisco on the West Coast. So back in the day, the fishermen would come back with their catch. Any leftover, what they would do is they would simmer it in a tomato broth and eat it with sourdough bread. This is an Italian classic. Now today is kind of morphed, using much more expensive seafood like lobster, crab, mussels, and that's exactly what we'll be doing today. We're gonna make a homemade tomato stew with some basic tomatoes, and of course some thyme, some bay leaves, and of course seafood. So we got some mussels over here. We got a nice pan Pacific cod. My fishmonger actually deboned it and filleted it for me. Beautiful, nice and fresh. And I also got some nice squid. He's removed the tentacles from the body, cleaned it up for me. And we also got some jumbo shrimp right here. Now when you get shrimp, what you want to do is tell your fishmonger to devein them for you. Cut them in the middle and devein them. And you can just remove the shells like this. Remove the shells. Now you want to keep these. You don't want to throw them away because you can use these shells to make a nice hearty fish broth. Now we're using some nice seafood today to whip things up. Now let's get down to business for another episode of Laws of Life. Now I actually got some garlic and chili flakes sweating inside a pot right now. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna be making the tomato sauce from scratch. So I got some onions over here. Look at it. I'm gonna be simmering these onions here. And you're gonna cook this out until it reduces for roughly 2 minutes. Now after 2 minutes, it's gonna start reducing like this. What you're gonna do is you're gonna add the tomatoes all in and just let it simmer. So as you're adding these tomatoes in, what you wanna do is you wanna start adding some aromatics to this stew. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a little bit of bay leaves, fresh bay leaves, a little bit of thyme. At the same time, I'm gonna use a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, add a little bit of sourness, just a few dabs of Worcestershire sauce, get that sourness. If you want any hot sauce, I mean, put as much as you want, as spicy as you want, so a little bit of garlic hot sauce inside here. And as well, last but not least, because these tomatoes are very sour, what you want to do is balance it out with a little bit of sugar. So 2 tablespoons of sugar going into this tomato sauce here. The sourness of the tomatoes and the sourness of the Worcestershire sauce will be balanced by the sugar. So what you want to do is you want to let this simmer over here, mix everything together, and just let it simmer roughly for about 10 to 15 minutes on low heat. So I'm going to put on medium heat and just simmer and you get a nice tomato sauce. Now we got the fish and the shrimp right now sizzling in a hot pan, and I got the sauce at the back burner just simmering down. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start slicing the squid over here. Now you wanna remove it. This is the tentacles, remove the side, and this is the body of the meat. So it's simple. What you wanna do is take a knife, nice sharp knife, and just slice it like this. It's a bit rough, but slice it like calamari rings basically, like this. And another one. Now it's important when you cook seafood, you don't put them all in the pot at one go. So what I'm doing is I'm actually searing this fish at a very high temperature so it cooks on the outside, same as the shrimp, but it doesn't cook on the inside. It finishes the cooking in the simmering process. Now the reason I'm putting these calamari in last is because if you cook them, overcook them, it actually turns rubbery, so you don't want that. Same thing with the mussels. You want to put them in last. So once these char up, I'm going to show you, we're going to put some garlic in and put the rest of the seafood in, and then add the broth and the tomato stock and the white wine. Now the seafood is nice and charred. Look at that, it's beautiful. The shrimp is nice and charred on the outside. Beautiful. And you can see the fish here on the outside as well. Charring. Nice piece of fish. Right here. Next, we're going to put some of the crab meat in. I'm going to put half of this in, right here. Just cook it out. Just cook it out over here with the fat. Now what we're gonna do is, now I've cranked the heat back to high, I'm gonna add some of this garlic in, a little bit more garlic into all this. Make sure it's nice and simmer. And what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna take these mussels over here, these mussels, add them all in now. Add them all into the seafood. As well as this calamari here, we're gonna add these in. Spread them across with your hands. And we're just gonna cook this for 2 minutes and let it sear. And of course, we're gonna add some white wine into this just to let it steam. So as you can hear, add half a bottle, about half a bottle of white wine. If you listen to it right now, it's actually not sizzling anymore. Listen to it. It's steaming right now. We're gonna let this steam for roughly 5 minutes, and after that, we're gonna add the tomato stew into this and simmer it for another 5 to 6 minutes. Now, traditionally, Cioppino is dipped with a sourdough bread, so this is exactly what we have, some Italian bread. Now, we're gonna toast this up and make it nice and crispy. It's gonna be delicious. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna do an anchovy butter here. So we got some butter, some melted butter, and I've got about 4 pieces of anchovy. Now, trust me, many people think anchovy is a strong taste. It's actually not. It's actually a really nice, briny, salty taste that adds a lot of depth and flavor to that toast. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some anchovies right here, some chopped up anchovies. Now if you want to use a little bit of the oil, that works as well. And I'm gonna add a little bit of parsley on this over here. Mix it up nice and good. And a little bit, we'll wash my hands a bit, and a little bit of Montreal steak spice. Just give it that nice little kick. So nice anchovy butter. And what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna spread it on this toast right here. Nice and generous because it's gonna melt on this toast. Over here, just spread it nice and wide. Go generous on it. Never can get enough butter. Here we go. And last piece. Oh, just nice. Beautiful. No waste. And we're gonna pop this inside an oven at 375 degrees, 380 actually, just for about 15 minutes. Oh, beautiful. Now the seafood has nice and opened. Look at it. It's beautiful. Calamari nice and cooked. Fish is breaking up. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add this tomato sauce in that's been simmering. So what I've done is I've actually removed the bay leaves and the thyme. So you don't actually, bite onto those herbs or else it's bitter. So what you want to do is I want to put this all in now. This nice, one twig there, thyme, put it away. Right there. Just make sure everything is nice and mixed up. Oh, found another thyme there. We're gonna remove these. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this simmer for roughly 5 to 6 minutes. And then we're ready to serve. 5 more minutes of simmering. Here we go. Money shot. Whoa. Wow. This smells really good. Look at this nice, heavy. Look at it. Beautiful. And of course, not to forget the bread. Oh, look at it. Nice. Ooh. And toasty. Look at this. Beautiful, nice, crusty bread. And we're going to leave it down to cool down for a bit because this is really blazing hot. But what we're going to do is we'll do a little taste over here. Wow! Oh my goodness. I'm gonna take one of these. And make sure they're not overcooked. Over here, the mussels. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some parsley. Some nice green to this. Of course, some nice lemon juice, some lemon wedges. Really bring out that flavor. Have a nice taste again. Really good broth. I can't wait to dump this bread in. But, to enjoy something like this, why are we doing it indoors? Let's go and enjoy some sun while we enjoy this beautiful dish. Come take a look again. Look how beautiful this is. And what way to enjoy seafood in the summer than outdoors, having the best view in downtown Toronto. This is the CN Tower. Look at it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna serve it in a bowl. Traditionally, that's how it's actually being served when the fishermen come back to sea. So look at this. Look at this nice mixture. The fish has already broken down into the stew. The mussels, look at this broth. It's amazing. The squid, nicely cooked. You can tell the shrimp here as well. It's got this nice broth here. Beautiful. It's nice broth. Oh, amazing. Oh, one leaf of thyme there. We're gonna put it back. Some shrimp back. Some nice broth here. And some mussels, of course. Look at it, beautiful. What we're gonna do is we're gonna squeeze a little bit of lemon on top of here, just to bring out that acidity. Put a little bit of lemon. Of course, a little bit more parsley, a little bit of green. Look at it, beautiful. And of course, I'll put a little bit of this toast over here. Now I'm gonna try some of this toast. This is actually gonna be like anchovy butter, specks of anchovy, a bit of pepper, a bit of butter. Dunk it in right here. Taste test, quality control. Again, oh my gosh, try the broth. Bit of the fish over here. Beautiful. Amazing. This really, really goes so well with this stew. Oh my god. You know what? There's no other way I would enjoy summer, and a dish like this definitely takes me back time to the West Coast. It's a beautiful way to celebrate the freshness of the sea. Now these are my laws of life: simplicity, authenticity, and of course, taste. Next time, for another episode of Laws of Life, I'm gonna finish this up. Peace. Thank you so much everyone for watching this week's episode on Seafood Cioppino. Now, if you love the content, click subscribe below. Can't wait to show you more episodes next week on Laws of Life coming your way. Boom!